In this part of the world, question like will is something we all do not like to talk about, especially if you are from a Christian background. When you say or you ask someone, have you written your will? Whether they are in their 20s, 30s, or 40s, even in their 80s, you'll be hearing, what do you mean? Shorokuro meaning. Shout out to my special Yoruba people. I don't know how it works with other tribes, but of course I'm a Yoruba person. I kind of have an idea of how that goes down. If you're an Igbo person, please put it in the comment section. How does that go down within the Igbo community? Or maybe you're an Efik person, you're an northerner. How does that go down? But for a Yoruba person, a Yoruba mommy, a Yoruba daddy, you ask them about a will. And you come to my mommy now and ask her, have you written your will? Now, let me put it very well in a good context. Mommy, she call willing the kind of bombastic side eye you're gonna collect, Because what that literally means to her, and you're wishing her dead. Bam, no shortcuts to it. What you're just saying literally is that you want her to be dead. So you're telling her to think of the day that she dies. Now, even the one that interests me the more is when you now see this happen more within the educated, the exposed people. They still don't want to talk about will. Why? That's the question I got for you today. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of our Tea Talk with Goodness, your number one real estate talk show in Africa. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of our Tea Talk with Goodness, your number one real estate talk show in Africa. Everyone, we'll keep watching. Just imagine living in a place, just relax, have Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Tea Talk with Goodness Usman, your number one real estate talk show in Africa. Thanks to each and every one of you who keep watching every Sunday when we upload a new episode. And like I always like to say, yes, you are the real MVP, because if you don't continue to watch, there's no point in making the show. So thank you so much. And I'm delighted to be back here with you guys. Yes, my name remains Goodness Usman, your favorite host. And I want to say again, especially, welcome. By the way, it is our very first episode in the month of March. So first of all, allow me to join the entire world to wish you happy new month. And please allow me to welcome you to my bet month specially. Yeah. Yes, it is my birthday in a couple of days to come. Week, yeah, it's still weeks. Okay. I'm repping March 17th. But as much as it's like 2 weeks plus to come, multi back gift. So I said I should tell you, you can start sending in your gift. By the way, this is gonna be a landmark birthday for me because I'm crossing to the fourth floor. I'm excited about this one. I'm looking forward to it. So I want to say to the March babies, if you happen to be a March baby watching me, happy birthday to you already or in advance. All right, so let's get right into today's topic. Hey, as the ought. I know that many of us don't like to talk about what we want to talk about today, but we still have to talk about it. Before we get into that, as the hot, let's go and perform a ritual. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what's the ritual, just in case you're new here, well, first of all, we ask you to be relaxed when you're watching this. And while you're relaxed, maybe a cup of green tea like mine, or a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, whichever one rocks your boat. Please ensure that you have something with you and you are sipping it while we engage in this conversation. So, as we do, as usual, shall we raise the very, very first drink? Are you ready? Okay. Ooh. Oh my God. Woo, this flavor is different. I like it. 3 days it does the magic, right? Anyways, I will have to put my own tea aside, but you just get to sip your drink or tea or whatever it is you choose to use while you listen to this conversation. Now, today's conversation is as the ought. It's something a lot of us do not want to talk about. I will talk about it briefly. So, First of all, before we go right into the topic as they ought, I have a very good message for you all, which also comes with a request. So this is it. If you have been following us on this show for a very long time, remember we had a segment where we do the lawyer segment. Ask a lawyer the question. Unfortunately, we had to stop the segment because the lawyer, not far into it actually, I think we did like 4 episodes, and unfortunately, we lost the lawyer on the show. She's late now. May her soul continue to rest in peace. That kind of got to me, and then of course, after ever since I've been trying to bring somebody else on the show. And the truth is, I just don't want to bring any lawyer on the show. There are different kind of lawyer, but having a property lawyer is very, very important to me, so that the person that also know the integrity of what it takes when it comes to the law and real estate. So I am delighted, ladies and gentlemen, to announce to you all that now we have a lawyer. So we're bringing the Ask the Lawyer segment back on the TikTok show. Can I see you guys clapping? This is going to be getting more interesting because you're going to be hearing directly what the law says when it comes to certain things with real estate transaction in Lagos, Nigeria, in Nigeria basically. So this is the second part to it. I want you right now to start sending in your questions. Yes, what you want us to discuss, because for us here, we're here to serve you, and we want to ensure that we give you the right information, make sure that you're equipped with the right information when investing in the Nigerian real estate market, because that is our promise to you, that we're always going to be your ears and your eyes right here. So for me and this barrister to be able to serve you well, we want you to send in your questions. So if you want to send in the questions by WhatsApp, it's good. If you want to put it in the comment section, start rolling it in. Okay? And from these questions is where we're going to kick off. In fact, what I'm going to touch on briefly today is going to come and talk about it in full. We're going to break it down, because I have a lot of questions when it comes to this subject matter. Even me, you see the segment, me too, I want to learn. It's going to be a classroom for me. I will be learning and unlearning as well. No man is an island of knowledge, and you can never know everything. I mean, am I a lawyer? How do I even know everything? Even though I'm reading and carrying out research, we still have to learn, and we keep learning everything. Because the truth is, the law is the law, but I think they change them, they retweak them, and then the way a lawyer will interpret the law is not the way you and I, a layman, we interpret it. So that's why I want us to bring this. That's why we are. So that is why we are bringing back this segment, and I'm very, very excited about it. So like I said, please put in your questions. Let me start reading your questions, because I'm going to be gathering the questions, and he will also go through the questions to see that you guys are the one asking this question. It's just the one that I will be asking directly. So we want it to be engaging. We want it to be very, very, very engaging, because that is the reason why he will be gingered to continue to show up on the show. So it's not going to be a one-off thing. We want it to be a regular segment on the show. So maybe 2 times in a month or once in a month, we'll have the Ask the Lawyer segment on the TikTok. And then we'll take it to other professions like I have promised. Maybe we'll have a surveyor, especially that surveyor. Those guys are very key integral of this whole real estate industry. So yes, I'm still looking for the one that is not camera shy. A lot of them that are good that I know, they are camera shy. So I'm still looking for the one that will not be camera shy and that will be able to come to the studio with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Let your questions start rolling in. Meanwhile, let's get to let me touch briefly on the basketball topic of today. Particular topic, I'm just going to touch on it. Trust me, on the Ask Your Lawyer segment, we're going to go deep down into it. I mean, when it comes to deep, we're going to dive straight into it, flesh everything out and understand it fully. But this one, briefly, just to whet your appetite, let me touch on it. First of all, I want to ask a question to your law. Why is it that when it comes to will, especially in this part of the world, we Nigerians, Africans, I don't know if Nigerians in diaspora, of course, the fact that they are probably in the Western world, it has changed their mindset. Why is it that we have a very interesting mindset when it comes to will? I mean, If you tell an African man or woman, regardless of their age, to write a will, they just automatically feel like you are wishing them death. Why? That ọmọ yìí kàn fẹ́ kí n kú. This brother does not like me. He wants me to be dead in gangan. This sister does not like me. Why? Why is it that it's not a thing that we like to talk about and a thing that we like to do? Now, let me lay emphasis on something that just happened recently. Unfortunately, about a year ago, we, of course, the whole internet came shut down for the passing of Abat Wigwe and his family, his wife and his son. And then after 1 year remembrance, we saw what happened, right? The family is in serious dispute over his properties, even though there is a will. And the question that comes to mind is, what if he didn't have a will? There was a will, right? It was not a situation of there is no will. I mean, I am not going to go into the whole conversation of how it went, how families are fighting. This seems not to be a new thing. I feel like it's a norm now. It's a regular thing that happened in our society. I don't know about the society of the Western world, but it seems to be a thing here. So even when there is a will, why is that happening? Why do we hear that there's serious controversies, serious fighting within the family between the child that is being willed and then the father and then the mother and then the da 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 and then the da da da? Now that's not where we're going to. But I just had to cite this example that even when there is a will, he's gone to the beyond, but there is a property which he has amassed. And then that got me thinking, why is it that writing a will? First of all, let me even ask you that you're watching me. Yes, you that are watching me. Do you have a will? Me that I'm asking you, do I have a will? Why should we have a will? At what age should we start writing a will? I know a lot of people who have numerous properties. Do you have a will? Because the truth is, when at some point we will get to our 80s in Jesus' name, right? But then when it eventually happens, which anything can happen, right? The late Miles Morrow was it was a plane crash. It was going, and then it happened. Nobody saw that coming, right? He said, oh, I'm not sick, I'm healthy. Anything can happen. So how prepared are you? I know that we don't like to talk about this thing. And like I said earlier, if you even try and ask my mom now, she will say, hey, they will call a family meeting in essence. I'm sure some of you are like that. I'm sure someone is even watching this and you're already frowning. You're like, what kind of topic is she even talking about today? Relax. It's like this was like a conversation where you say people already bought a vault. They bought a space in the cemetery. They have specific instruction on how they want to be buried. It's not bad to do that. Yes, I know it's scary. We don't want to think about it. What's gonna happen? Is it not good to have your house in order? In fact, as a realtor, let's break it down. I've never had a situation of losing one of my clients until 2020 or 2021 after COVID. That was my very first experience. Oh my God. He threw me off emotionally, psychologically, mentally. I couldn't just handle it because may he so continue to rest in peace. He was a very young person. He was way, way young. I think I'm even older than him. And all of a sudden, this person woke up, went to work, and came back and then collapsed. And that was it. That was it. That was it. Now, he bought some properties from me. The question now came, what happens after he had bought this property? I have never gone through that process. I've never even had that question before. I've never asked the question on my own. And then it became, oh wow. It became, who is the next of kin? So apparently, let me also say this. The next of kin you feel on your subscription form, it starts with that. Let's even not, like I said, we're going to go deep into will and why it is important, how it's been done, how it's been carried out under the law, right? In Nigeria, when we have the Ask the Lawyer segment. Maybe that's what we're going to start with. I don't know yet. but we're going to treat it seriously as it ought. But from my own angle, from this experience, I then realized that, when we say fill a form, a subscription form for a property, it's beyond data collection. Yes, it is a data collection. But at the same time, when you're filling your nest of kin, please, maybe the next property you are going to be buying, you must think about it. Let my voice be echoing in your mind. Ensure that peradventure something happens, or by the time you're old and you don't have a will, or you have a will, I don't know how you're going to go about it. But from the real estate company to you, if you pass on, the next of kin is who they are going to acknowledge. If any other person comes, they're not gonna listen. So if you just put Shebika can fill from me. It's just for me to fill the form. I'm very busy. I'm just gonna put my friend there. Sorry, if your friend shows up, your friend is aware that you put him or her, and they are gonna show up. That property goes to them, except there is a will. If there is no will, sorry, it goes to the next of kin. Because this one I'm talking about, the next of kin happened to be this person's younger brother, and then he stays in London as well. This person stays in London. He has to come home. There were some other charges. He had to take it over, but he was honored. Of course, there was no will, so he was honored because he was the next of kin. And then voila, he took over the property. He's the owner of the property now. That is late brother left for him. Of course, this person obviously wasn't married. He's a single guy, unfortunately. No, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We don't pray to die suddenly. Of course, nobody wishes that on anybody. But wouldn't you prefer that your house are in order? Wouldn't you prefer that you are giving the person taking over your sweat is someone who deserves it, not someone who does not? I know we can be very, very emotional with stuff like this because it's death that we're talking about. But I'm just saying, as a real estate investor, I want to stir the pots and ask you, do you have a will? You have X, Y, Z property. You have da 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 da. You have da 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 da. Apart from real estate, you have a lot of investment different places. Is your house in order? Because even when the house is in order, some in-house in-house. I don't want to say the word that is in my mouth. I do not understand what's happening in that Wigwe family. You know, when I saw that, it then really me remembered. I think my very first experience also, aside in the real estate industry. So some couple of years ago, we lost a colleague. She had fibroid operation, and then she died. May God bless her soul. Oh Jesus Christ! You can't talk about will, not talk about death. So I mean, I already knew that this was going to get me emotional and shaky and all of that. But we still have to talk about it. We still have to face it. She died, and it was sudden. She ordered a car. The car came after she died. While she died, they're trying to plan the burial. So the car had arrived, but it wasn't cleared. So it was cleared and all of that. Got to her, she had already gone. And then while we were in Aton burying this lady, our family members. Can you guys even if they were fighting over the car, it would have been nice. It's not still nice, gone. What am I even talking about? They were fighting over materials that were in their tailor. Mama Ankara kini kan oku. Unfortunately, it can happen to any one of us. Unfortunately, even your best of the best of your family member that you think, but Alagbaja cannot try that. He loves me. Whoa, when you are far gone in the beyond, when someone dies, unfortunately, the person have left the whole thing. Go come on, whether you fight, you beat yourself, you drive the car anyhow, or you whatever. Maybe that's that car that you have, you take for parties only. That Benzo. It's only meant for parties. You get that Lambo. Somebody just got Lambo recently. So when we Lambo here, you cannot take it to a jam market. I mean, you take it to Ibeju. Like Lambo here is meant for Paris. You know, I want loba loba. You know, I love your language. Remember me? Ode loba loba. You know where you're going to Ode loba loba. Ah, when someone who invites you, that's the Lambo you drive there. Or president, you know, who invites you to a function. That's what you drive there. Or the Oba Elegushis. Or a Dango. You know, those are the kind of cars you take to such events. Not the Bejulaki, not our, you know. But you unfortunately when the person passes on, I mean, they can drive your Lambo to Ibejulaki. You can buy tomato and natarodo. Take it to a Ekpe fish market. And you'll be shocked. So what I'm saying in wrapping this up is think about it. Do you have a will? Are you, like I said, on the Ask Your Lawyer segment, we would ask, because some people have wills written over 10 years now. Do you still feel the way you felt 10 years ago? Because things change. We change. I mean, I'm going to be 40 and I can already see that I'm already changing. So, yes, when the lawyer comes, we're going to ask him questions around will. How do you even write a will? Because I know that wills now are not will. Writing a will now is no longer the written again. People now do more video. They do video recording. How does it even goes? Which one is which law, you know, backs it up? Da 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 da. All of the details, because I do not even have enough knowledge. And you know, these days around social media, you can read some things online that you think is the truth. It's not the truth. When you come to real practical, you realize, nah, those things you read are not real. And that's why the doctors will advise you not to read, you know, your symptoms online. You know, the people, only for me, parent, I have cough, parent, I'm going to Google. If I have chest pain, what's happening? You know what Google will tell you? Your heart is failing. That's what Google just tell you. Chest pain, heart failure here. Heart failure here. So I have learned not to ask Google some certain things. Please. The fact that Google is your friend, you have a lot of information there. Not all the information are good for you, especially when it comes to the law and when it comes to your health. Please don't put it in the hands of Google. Go see a doctor, an actual professional doctor, a medical practitioner. The same thing with the law. So when it comes to will and all of those things, it is better discussed with a lawyer. And that's why I am delighted that we are starting the segment and it's going to be continuous, God willing. God guiding us and keep protecting us. So yes, I leave you with that question again. Do you have a will? If you do, when did you write it? Wouldn't it be nice to visit the will and check if you still feel the way you feel, if you still want things to be that way? Because, you know, if you wrote a will 10 years ago, maybe you were a family of one or two, or you were single like me. I mean, you're probably now no longer single, you're married, you're more kids, the family has grown and all of that. Or maybe someone inside that will is even late. It can happen. You might have somebody in your will and the person has passed on. You understand? So just revisit it. And if you don't have a will, why? Are you like my African Yoruba uncles and aunties and parents? You know what? Today I'm gonna tease. I'm just gonna stir the pot. I'm gonna ask some of my uncles. Okay, I just have one uncle that I can ask. But let me know that I'll ask that my uncle. You might have caused problem. But I'm gonna ask my brothers. Do you have a will? Am I included? Are you giving me the tire of your motor? Or one apartment inside your duplex, one bedroom, where you left room for me. I already know what the answer is. You'll be hearing in Jesus' name. Lórúkọ Jésù, ẹ tó bá ro kúrò mi. This is going to be fun. If you are goofy like me, I think you should ask your spouse. Does he have a? I don't know what there. Please don't say it's good that you should come and ask your spouse. So, on a lighter note, go ask your spouse. Ask your spouse, do we have a will? Do you have a will? Ask your siblings, do you have a will? Let's just see their reaction. Nothing serious to it, but it's actually a serious matter. But let's just let's just laugh about it. The reactions, like I'm going to record the one. I hope they don't see this thing before I do that thing. That's why I have to do it now before we upload it. So that I will just ask them. They don't because they stay on my channel. So I want to I'll go and play that one, that first one on there. Do you have a will? Why don't you have a will? Am I included? What's let me see. What's Can I see it? Can I see what you're giving me? That's of course on the lighter note. I needed to light it up because I see that all of you are already getting serious and your mind is already running everywhere. Calm down. You are a child of God and God got you. Which brings me to me saying to all of our Muslim clients, prosperity followers, subscribers, Ramadan Kareem! Yay! You know, I'm a baby, I'm a March baby. Ramadan happens in March. And you know the way they say it. Oshola Oshubega. Hey, it's double this month of March. So, Ramadan Kareem to all of you all over the world. I pray that all of your prayers will be answered with speed this blessed month of Ramadan. Please ensure that you stay safe out there. It is very, very important as we go about this season. Again, I have started receiving gifts. I said I should tell you officially. All of you that is so thank you so much, goodness. You're giving me update through here. I know Lagos now. It's my birthday month, yeah. It's 17th of March. And this one is a landmark birthday. I'm gonna be 40. You see, I'm just a young, small girl. I'm a very small girl. But we are counting nowadays. So, like I said, actually, I've gotten my first gift, and I got it from a total stranger. I've never met this person. This person woke up. Okay, so the person started with me on 27th. I said, what do you want for your birthday? I was like, okay, what do I want for my birthday gift? Okay. I said a house. They were like, no, can't do a house. I don't have money. I said, okay, car. He said, I don't have money for a car. Tell me something else. And then when I said the next thing, the same, that can be workable. I thought it was a joke. Only for me to wake up this morning and then the person say, hi, good morning. Like we discussed, da 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 da. I'm like, oh my God, this fourth floor. Hey, humble, hey. To get the very first 40th birthday gift from a total stranger I have never met. I have a very big God. A very big God, oh, they for my hand. Is always by my side. A very big God. That's what I sang immediately. Anyways, just to tell you, and Jija you pay, saying your own gift. Thank you in advance. Whether you have bought property or not. Okay, so that's just on the right. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, happy new month, Ramadan Kareem, happy Thanksgiving Sunday. I wish you the best of the best as you go into the first week in March this month. I pray that God will usher your steps. He will guide you, He will protect you and yours. No evil will befall you and yours in the mighty name of Jesus or in Allah's name. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name remains Gita. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next episode. Remember, put in your question. What questions do you have that you want a lawyer? You want to hear it directly from the lawyer. You want to hear the answer directly from the lawyer and the lawyer answering you from the law standing point. Put it here now in this comment section and then we'll be answering it one by one. So, in the next episode, I promise you that you'll be seeing me and the lawyer right here. And we're going to be bombarding him back to back with the questions, and he was going to be dissecting it to us in a way we will understand. Thank you once again. My name is Goodness Usman. I am the Queen of Lano Maker and your beautiful host, of course. So I want to say to you again to please ensure wherever you're watching me from that you, yes, you remain safe and awesome just the way you are. So I say to you, what?